Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we're going to be talking 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. And I apologize for not doing a video last week and a couple days later doing this video. Just got a lot of personal things going on, so just been dealing with that, so I'll be sure to get back into the groove of things here soon. But I just didn't want to leave you guys hanging for another week. So we're here to talk happily in the recent episode of Happily Ever After that was on Sunday. So I'm going to start with Bilal and Shida. So Bilal and Shida, this episode revealed that Shida finally got her work permit. To me, it didn't look like a work permit. It looked like a social security card. But if it's a work permit for television, so be it. So, and if you guys remember, in Bilal and Shida's prenup, Bilal has to make sure that he gives Shida a baby before she's 30 and that he helps her with her yoga business. So, since she's got her work permit, she's all excited to get started with the business. But the issue is that Bilal said, Bilal was just like, there's a process. It doesn't just come overnight, which he's right. It doesn't come overnight. And, there's a whole lot of things you need to consider and do before your business is up and running. Now, Shida knows about that because she did it in Trinidad. But, so we didn't need Bilal saying that. But, so this episode, Shida was really irritated with Bilal just doing that because he just keeps, it just feels like he's, crushing on her dreams, really. And so in this episode, Shida meets up with a couple ladies and go to a studio place, where she could rent and stuff, possible venues for her to rent out and stuff. And they were a little big for her liking, but they said that she could turn it into a little daycare for kids and do yoga or whatever. She was fine with the idea, but she said that she left there because she went without Bilal because she didn't want Bilal basically stomping on her dream. And, between their baby talk and the business, I agree that Shida may want things right now. But, her dreams are pretty realistic. And I feel like she can, she's really not asking much. I mean, yes, there's a process, but she's really not asking much. She wants a baby and she wants to have her business, and that's really not, if Bilal is as successful as he is, he should be able to do all of that. So I hope that, Shida can follow her dreams. People keep asking, is Shida a gold digger? No, she's not a gold digger. I don't see gold digger vibes from Shida. I believe she is a hardworking woman and wants to do well here in America. That's just my opinion on that. Next I want to talk is Big Ed and Liz. So Big Ed and Liz, remember, a few weeks ago, they broke up after that big fight at the engagement party. They gone to therapy last week. And now this week, they made up. And they decided to get back into their little fun habits. And they just started, they had a little too much showing of too TMI stuff to see. They had started massage each other and waxing each other and stuff, and they were in their birthday suits, both of them basically, and it was didn't really need to see all of that from either side. Just my opinion, didn't need to see all of that. And I was just thinking, how are they doing this while they're filming? For real, how are they doing this while they're filming? It just don't make no sense. So, they made up from their fight. Ed wants to go to Arkansas to meet more of it, for Liz to meet more of his family and try again at another engagement party. And Liz was like, I don't know, we're still recovering from this, but I don't know. But, not much really went down with them with that. But I'm glad they worked it out. But again, this episode, I didn't need to see what I saw. But, what I did like to see is when Liz was waxing Ed's back and Ed was just in so much pain. I think a lot of the pillow talkers were enjoying his pain because he was just And so I thought that was pretty funny. That he was just getting his world just snapped out of him at that moment. And, others would say he deserved it. I'm not going to say he deserved it, but, I think it was pretty funny with Ed and Liz in that scene. So I'm glad they made up, but we'll see how far they go. I wonder if they'll get married this season. Next, I want to talk is Elizabeth and Andre. So, Elizabeth and Andre, Andre's facing deportation issues, and they announced a couple weeks ago that they're pregnant. Well, they wanted to take a trip with the Grand Canyon with Andre's father and Elizabeth's father, Chuck. And the episode starts out with them writing out signs to say that we're pregnant. Well, they got into a big fight with that because Andre wasn't writing to Elizabeth's standards, and he started screaming at her over a sign and everything. It was just like, come on, and everything. So they got frustrated with that, but they got over it. They created a sign. They went to the Grand Canyon and revealed to their fathers that they are pregnant and they're having a baby. And rumor has it they already had their baby. Now, also another part of the discussion with Elizabeth and Andre was like they wanted the fathers to know, but they wanted to post that they're having another baby on social media rather than telling their families. Well, they're really on edge with the family right now, so that's even going to make it more kind of cruel, I feel like. But they posted on their social media that they were pregnant before telling the rest of the family. So I wonder how the family's going to feel about that. I can't wait to see that. So congratulations to Elizabeth and Andre for that. I think, these are these deportation issues. I think Andre is fine. I think he's still in America with no problems. And that's what I think. I think they worked it out. So not much went on there. Next I want to talk is Jovi and Yara. So Jovi and Yara are in Europe. Yara, and I have an opinion on this, Yara and her mother are snuck out, went behind Jovi's back and to go look at apartments in the Czech Republic where they're staying at currently. Jovi's upset because Yara did it behind his back, and she just we just thought they were on this trip to visit, and Yara is talking about getting an apartment to possibly stay. Well, so this episode, they go to an apartment they wanted to look at, and the apartment was pretty expensive, and it didn't look good. There was just bad painting. They had it was a nice living room, but everything else was bad painting, just crap all over the place. It wasn't nice. And the issue I take with this is that Yara, when she first got to America, all she did was complain about New Orleans. She complained about Jovi, she complained about the country, she complained about the city. Yara would not stop complaining. And then when Jovi went to work, she found an apartment without even telling Jovi and moved all her stuff to the apartment. And when Jovi got home from work, she didn't even send him pictures or videos. So Yara has a hidden agenda that we don't know about. And we know she hates it here in America, but to do it behind her husband's back, it's just and if this was the other way around, she would be complaining. So I was never a fan of Yara, and now she's doing all this shady stuff. I'm definitely not a fan. Jovi's growing on me. I didn't like Jovi at first because I thought he was an alcoholic, but he's starting to grow on me a little bit, and I don't see this as controlling as she may feel it is. I see it more of him looking out for her because she is a little reckless of doing these kind of things and really don't know what the heck she's doing just because she's homesick. I understand that she's homesick. I understand that she missed her mom, and baby Mila got to finally meet Yara's mom, and I'm with that. But how she's going about it is just completely wrong. It's completely disrespectful to Jovi and Jovi's mother and the baby, I feel like. That's just my opinion on that. Next up I want to talk is Angela and Michael. So Angela's in Nigeria, and her friend Renee are in Nigeria. on this business trip to get Michael to take down his Instagram. She flew across the world, haven't seen her husband in 2 years, just for him, just to snap him to get him off of Instagram. So last week, Michael said that he will take his Instagram down, and then him and Angela, consummated their marriage again. Well, as soon as they were done, Michael did not take his Instagram down, and that really irritated Angela. Now, I'm with Angela on that because he used her for sex and everything and lied to her, so I do agree with Angela on that. So, she's on another warpath. This episode, since Michael has Angela blocked on Instagram, she said she had to get somebody else to dig some dirt into his Instagram. And on Michael's birthday, some woman said happy birthday, Michael. I guess it's some woman that he knows for years, and he said, "Thank you so much, my person." Now, when he said my person, that really irritated Angela, because Michael said that my person is like a slang they use in Nigeria, which I found out that it really is. And Angela's like, "You better change that slang," whatever. I was like, it is culture, Angela. It is culture. So my person just means his best friend, someone he's known for years. I think it was someone who he'd known before Angela. So they're going back and forth on that. Angela takes his phone, and upcoming episode, we're going to see if Angela calls one of his numbers and say, why is your number in my husband's phone? And so I can't wait to see that. But Angela's just on a warpath. But I've been seeing Angela's Instagram, and she's been posting TikToks of her and Michael. So I don't know what's going on with it. They're always fighting, they're always threatening divorce, but they're still together. I mean, I just don't know what both Angela and Michael's motives of being on this show is at this point. They get another season only because we're trying so hard to get Michael to America. If he can't make it to America, there's no chance. But they bring the drama, and they get so many seasons of Happily Ever After because we're trying so hard to get Michael to America. Any other couple, they would have been done. They would have been done by now, I feel like. Just my opinion. Anyway, so yeah, that was Angela and Michael. Renee tried to talk some sense into both of them, and, we can't win. Anyway, and last but not least, I want to talk is Kimberly and Usman. Kimberly and Usman, so, they're still arguing about this first and second wife thing. We know Kimberly wants to be the first wife. They met the parents. The parents are not too thrilled about Kimberly. They met her a second time. They found a little bit of common ground. It's still not enough. This episode, Kimberly, I didn't think she was actually going to do it. At the beginning of the season, she had mentioned that she was going to propose to Usman. And I didn't think she would actually do it. Well, in this episode, she did it. She created this whole, romantic room thing for Usman and got down on her knee and said, if keep making you my husband will keep you, I want to marry you. Please marry me. And Usman, of course, said yes. And it was just odd that a 50-year-old woman was proposing to a 31-year-old man. It's kind of odd. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm not mad at it, but I just think it was a little bit odd because she is just so obsessed with Usman. But Usman don't know how to say his words. He'd be like, I could have any other lady in this world, and I choose you and stuff, And you shouldn't be saying that, I mean, it means well, but it's not coming out right, Oh, I'm doing you a favor of dating you. No, you're not. No, you're not. So this episode, Usman's mother still wants Usman to be with somebody younger so he can have kids with. So she set up a blind date with some girl and stuff. The day, and Usman did agree to go on it the day after Kimberly proposed to him, and she's not happy with that. So yeah, and they left us at that, but judging by the next episode in the previews, and they already showed a sneak peek on ET of that scene, Usman does meet up with this 18-year-old girl, and she's pretty, but yeah, and Kimberly's not going to be happy with that. So yeah, so I'm curious to see how all this goes out. But anyway, guys, that was my recap. Again, I'm going to try to get back into the swing of things soon. Just got a lot going on. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I was going to do the Married at First Sight reunion. Nothing really much went down in the reunion. I'll just do a quick run through of what happened in the reunion. Justin and Nate got into it in the first part of the reunion. Justin thinks Nate is fake, and they had like a little falling out, and they almost had a physical altercation at the reunion, but they were separated. Kristen and Mitch, Alexis and Justin, and Morgan and Ben, of course, got divorced. Stasha and Nate are still together, and Lindy and Miguel are still together. The Where Are They Now episode is coming out next week. Looking at the previews, it looks like Stasha and Nate might be separated, and Lindy and Miguel still going strong. So Kristen and Mitch, we don't know where they stand. They're not together. They still want to be friends. They might be a future. We don't know. Morgan and Ben, they're friends. They're friends. And Alexis and Justin, one minute they love each other, next minute they can't stand each other. So the reunion wasn't except for the first part with Nate and Justin fighting, it really wasn't much that we didn't already know. So I'm not going to do the recap. I might do Where Are They Now? But yeah, that was the Married at First Sight San Diego reunion. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys again soon for next week's Happily Ever After.